Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
The market is for the most part in green. We've got an 88-cent XRP. But look up here, it shows 1.6 trillion on Coin Paprika, but that on its face has to be wrong, because the market would not be sitting where it is if that was right. But if you go over to Coin Paprika, which is one of the sites I like, market cap is over 2 trillion, which is more in line with what it should be with the way the numbers are. Well, let's look. I did a return rates today. In 7 days, XRP's up 40%, blowing the doors off of everything, except, looks like everything, what a joke, everything except Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, with all of its use case, is a little bit above XRP, but the only real digital asset that has a real utility driven future is XRP in this list, and it's up 40% in just a few days, 86% on the year, and it looks like Bitcoin has dipped into the negative on the year. Okay, now Crypto Bull had tweeted this: XRP is the 4th largest cryptocurrency, even with the SEC lawsuit going on. After Ripple wins, it may move straight to number 1 or 2 spot. Look, folks, when this thing's over, if XRP gets clarity, XRP all of a sudden is going to have what Bitcoin and Ethereum got for no reason. Clarity they got for no reason, and by means that we're still investigating. Okay, their XRP would have what those two have had for 3+ years of clarity in the market. That's all been by design, folks. Well, he points out that it would go to the number 1 or 2 spot. I don't think there's any doubt about that. So what I tweeted when I saw that, I retweeted his. I said, when Bitcoin loses the number 1 spot, there's no reason to own it. Bitcoin has nothing. Bitcoin has nothing on not just XRP, but XLM, Cardano, a lot of these digital. It has nothing that all these others don't have, and some. The only difference all it has is that it was first and that it's on top. Aside from that, the scarcity, that's not just for Bitcoin. That's for a lot of these digital assets. The second that it's jumped, then the people that love Bitcoin are going to have to start answering a problematic question, and that is, what is better about Bitcoin than these others? Like, for instance, XRP that just jumped it. What's better? What's better about me holding that? Because XRP's got the scarcity that Bitcoin has. What's better about me holding that? There's not too many good answers to that. The Ethereum free pass was not a coincidence. The Bitcoin marketing machine and the coordinated XRP FUD every time it's had significant moves is not a coincidence. The fear is real. XRP works. Proof of work does not work. Alright, moving along. This guy 360 Trader says XRP, that ascending volume, they tried to push it down, couldn't. A nice close here, and we visit $1 very soon. By the way, if this tweet doesn't get me more followers, I quit. Okay. Now, Mr. B, who is Nick Burifado, who now works with Link2, had an interesting tweet last night, which I agree with. Big things are happening at Link2. Don't sleep on investing in Link2 shares. I own plenty of Link2 shares, folks. Smart money is betting on us. And then he had put up, as Mr. B, he had put this up. This is an interesting graphic that shows the values of a lot of big companies across the world. And he says, imagine where Ripple would be with a settlement, including clarity for the $50 billion plus XRP they hold. Now, what the point that I want to make here is, last night they sprinkled a little bit of Ripple equity onto the Link2 platform. And I don't know. I'm hoping that they're going to do some more today. I don't know. Excuse me. Against that backdrop, this is interesting. Okay. So basically, in his opinion, and probably my opinion too, Ripple, with clarity because of all that XRP, will rip. Okay, moving along. We hadn't even begun to talk about the interesting part yet. Watch this. This is Empower Oversight. Remember, when the SEC, these guys, Empower Oversight is, let's see what they call themselves. They are a accountability and public integrity through the power of information. So this is a non-profit that basically keeps an eye on government to make sure they're being honest. Well, they have hit the jackpot with this SEC Ripple case. And apparently they were watching all what we were all putting out for months, and watching the John Deaton lawsuit. And then this, folks. This admission from the SEC means its previous no records response was false. Empower Oversight expects full, legally required transparency from the SEC. What this is this was the Freedom of Information Act request that Empower Oversight had put through the SEC. And remember, the SEC had said that they did a search looking for these documents, and there were documents around Hinman and his communications with his law firm that was paying him, but he's supposedly retired from, and then went back to after he left the SEC. And the SEC said they came up with no documents. Then these guys at Empower Oversight went back to the SEC and said, well, we want to know how you conducted your searches. And that's when, yesterday, this busted wide open. And the SEC says this. Look at this. Breaking. Document released by Empower reveals SEC found approximately 1,000 pages of records detailing communications between William Hinman and Simpson Thatcher while he was in office, responsive to Watchdog Group's Freedom of Information request. And there it is. Document appears to be a letter memorializing apparently combative conversations between Empower and the SEC staff over claims no responsive documents now subject of litigation in group's investigation of potential conflicts of interest. That's what it was. The Empower had to sue them because they gave them nothing. Had to turn around and sue the SEC. They initially did a Freedom of Information Act request. That's the only reason we're seeing the SEC admit. They said that there were errors. This is it right here. 128 call. SEC staff claimed an error in previous search was corrected, and the more than 1,000 documents were uncovered linked to the Hinman Simpson Thatcher request. Other searches ongoing. Further demanded details on search methods. unfreaking believable, folks. They had to be sued in order to admit that the search, there were documents. This, folks, this is bad. This is bad. There needs to be an investigation. Congress needs to investigate these people, because this is people that are actively trying to cover things. This is bad for the United States of America, folks. And this is the Empower oversight. This is they did an entire write-up. They wanted all records relating to this domain at STB Law. So any emails that were sent back and forth from STB Law or the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. And as you go through here, it's showing you like how they were getting into it with them and all that. Well, John Deaton didn't see Jason Foster. He's the founder and president of Empower, and Empower US coming. I tip my hat to you, sir. I speak for 65,000 people when I say thank you for your demand of transparency, and we thank you too. And I sent this out to all of these supposed news agencies who have ignored this entire story the whole time. Julia Chatterley, CNBC, Jim Cramer, Andrew Ross Sorkin, CNN Business, Becky Quick, Joe Squawk, that's Joe Kernan, CNBC Fast Money, Mad Money, Financial Times, New York Times, LA Times, CNN International. You're not going to be able to say you didn't know. We've been copying you in on the financial story of the century from day one. You people are complicit if you're not covering this. You're complicit. If there becomes an investigation, they should call you guys up. Ask why you guys didn't cover this. Because you knew. We made sure you knew. Eleanor Terrett from Fox Business, these are the only people that are in mainstream that have been covering this. Besides Rosalind Layton from Forbes. Eleanor Terrett, the no records blunder, that's being nice, by the SEC doesn't surprise me. As I've said before, the agency was fairly responsive in the early days of Charles Gasparino and my Fox Business investigation, but then went radio silent when asked to comment or correct our facts. In other news, today I spoke with a professional trader who had his trading platform investigated by the SEC. The SEC lawyer interviewing him apparently didn't know what a stop loss order was. That's a problem too. And then John Deaton put this out. Look at this. Remember, the Ripple lawyer expanded the definition of the Ethereum Foundation and asked Hinman if he represented any clients within that definition. We don't know the answer because the SEC redacted it. Remember all those documents with the redactions? This is a problem too. This is another reason there needs to be an investigation by Congress. Why would there be over 1,000 documents? Why? If he was retired, that's what he said. He was retired. Why would there be 1,000 documents that are communications between Bill Hinman and that law firm? There wouldn't be. And then he's retweeting this TAIG tweet. In Bill Hinman's deposition, he answered no when asked if Ethereum Foundation or Consensus were clients of Simpson Thacher. Simpson joins the EEA just 3 months after Hinman joins the SEC. Yeah, I'm going to call that a big fat whatever. So anyway, man, this stinks. Then Rosalind Layton picked up on it. She says, so, XRP was always a security, which was purportedly obvious since 2013, even though SEC didn't know until December 2020. Hinman said we, but meant I, and now no responsive documents is actually 1,000 pages of records. SEC arrogance is astounding. This right here, there is more to this story. I'm just going to cover what's out there, but mark my words, there is more to this story. Brad Garlinghouse is retweeting this. This is about the Department of Justice seizing they've seized a bunch of Bitcoin from the hack, I guess, of Bitfinex. Brad Garlinghouse, now think about this for a second. For years, the media has run with this narrative that we always knew was a lie, and the lie was, oh, Bitcoin and crypto, that's for money laundering and for tax evasion and criminal activity, drug dealers and all that. But the irony is, all of this is more, it's more trackable than cash. I've said this for years now. It's more trackable than cash. And this leads me to one conclusion and one conclusion only. The people that created this were aligned with the government, and the government and the law enforcement have intentionally let the media, or probably planted that narrative in the media and let them run with it for years, so that all the criminals, all the drug dealers, all the bad guys, and anybody else that doesn't want to do right would send their money into this, and the feds and all these guys have been watching it all along, folks. Make no mistake, this is not your imagination, okay? Now, Brad Garlinghouse says, to see a statement like this is incredible and reaffirming of so many in the space using crypto for good after years of FUD that crypto is only for criminals. Alright, now look at this. This is the news article. Today's arrest, department's largest financial seizure ever, so that cryptocurrency is not a safe haven for criminals. More of the DOJ statement here. And then it says here, ooh, this is a thread. Now, what are the chances of this guy's last name being Liechtenstein? What in the world is going on here? Ilya Liechtenstein and his wife Heather Morgan allegedly conspired to launder 119,754 Bitcoin stolen after a hacker breached Bitfinex's systems. The exchange affiliated with the world's biggest stablecoin Tether. Bitfinex originally reported a security breach in August 2016, halted all trading, withdrawals, deposits. The company said some of its users had their Bitcoin stolen. How did the couple do it? Fake identities for online accounts and automated transactions from computer programs. The DOJ says the stolen funds were put into a variety of virtual currency exchanges, Alright, then we have this. The accused money launderers who allegedly controlled the proceeds from the 2016 Bitfinex hack were released on bail before their trial on Tuesday. If they took that much money, are you telling me they would be released on bail without some tremendous amount of money? No freaking way. Something stinks here. Update. A federal judge has stayed the release of Ilya Liechtenstein and Heather Morgan, the two individuals arrested on money laundering charges tied to the 2016 Bitfinex hack. Pending a review, let's see, I thought this was a thread. No, this one was a thread. It says the parents of both defendants were required as a condition of bond to pledge their homes There's billions hacked, and all they have to do is pledge their homes. I don't care if it's a $7 million home. Pledge their homes as collateral to get out. Defense attorneys told the court that Morgan has health problems. Who gives a crap? If she stole that kind of money, who cares if she's got health problems? She needs to be in jail. They have doctors in jail. And that incarceration would be dangerous to her. Who cares? It's not about her. Defense attorneys said the defendants have been aware of the investigation since at least this past November, but had not fled ahead of their arrest. Something stinks here, folks. This ain't right. I'm sorry to use the word ain't, but this is one of those moments where you use the word ain't. This ain't making sense right here. Okay? Something's not right. Alright. Now this is funny. Leaked pic of the DOJ posing with the $3.6 billion Bitcoin bust. And they've got a Ledger Nano S sitting on the table in front of them. That's good stuff. Breaking up. Russian government to recognize Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and crypto as currencies. Folks, there are too many things going on right now that don't make any sense. The U.S. cracking down on crypto while Russia is open arms. And then you've got this right here. European U.S. regulators tell banks to prepare for Russian cyber attack threat. Doesn't this all feel like somebody's trying to sell us on something when it's probably... When I read this, when I read European U.S. regulators tell banks to prepare for Russian cyber attack against the backdrop of everything we've been through for the last 3 years, what I hear is that the guys saying this are going to do a cyber attack and they're going to say it's Russia. That's what I see, okay? Because I don't trust any of these people. And if they're trying to plant seeds out there like that, no. That right there, I don't trust anything going on right now, folks. There's too many things that don't make any sense. And when my dad taught me a long time ago, you invest in what makes sense. And like, for instance, we've been sitting here in XRP and XLM in my case for years now. XRP and XLM, everything about them have always made sense. Everything about proof of work Bitcoin and how slow it is and how expensive it is, and proof of work Ethereum and the gas fees, all of that has not made sense for all these years. So I refuse to believe, to follow down that path what doesn't make sense. Okay, Warren Davidson has figured out what makes sense. He's got his thinking cap on. This is an article. Tether is a time bomb, says Congressman Warren Davidson. Inside of this article, he has the greatest quote of any congressman yet on XRP. His quote, regulators ought to get their arms around Tether. There's frankly more reason for the SEC to be looking at Tether than for them to be looking at Ripple and XRP. Can I get a hell yeah, to quote Dr. Dre, folks? Warren Davidson knows. He obviously knows. These congressmen have been staring at everything that we've been showing about this Bitcoin, the Ethereum free pass, the SEC versus Ripple case. These guys have to be pissed off by now. What they should be doing is initiating an investigation. There is no excuse for allowing a federal agency to get away with what's being done here. No excuse. I don't care what party you're in. That's irrelevant here.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.